filing a formal complaint against the credit bureau, collection agency, or creditor. So Capital One has a pretty decent card called the Platinum, the Capital Pay. So I like to give them away, and I like to cash them out away to get those collections removed off your credit. Did you know that most collection clients receive the star letters or star email? Listen, the creditors will sue you in a heartbeat if you owe them money for like a credit card charge off or something like that. You can do the same thing. Like, even if it's a bankruptcy that's reporting inaccurately on your credit report, and an inaccurate entry on a credit report can be anything from any misspelling in your name, leaving out anything that should be there, wrong address. It could literally be anything. And so you have the Fair Credit Reporting Act on your side as well as laws on your side. So don't be afraid to file a formal complaint. If you need to, take it there. It's better than actually sitting back and waiting for statute of limitations to run out and it fall off your report. Because if it's a bankruptcy, it's going to be 7 years or 10 years, depending on which bankruptcy you file. Or of course, if it's a collection or a charge off account, it's going to be up to 7 years, right? But at the same time, who wants to wait that long to purchase a home or to start getting funding for their business? Come on. I mean, that's just crazy and ridiculous. So I say this: let's push them to the limit and let's start filing formal legal complaints. Let's start, really taking it to that next step instead of just kind of just saying, okay, well, I've been disputing this thing for 2 years and it still hasn't come off my credit report. Like, if you know that you are on the right side of the law, I cannot say this enough: dispute and fight for it. So I just want to show you really quick what a formal complaint looks like, so that in hopes that maybe if you see the formal complaint and you see that it's really not that deep, maybe it won't make you afraid to actually file if you need to. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have not been keeping up with all of your documents throughout your dispute process, I wouldn't file, because it's like going to court saying that somebody slapped you, but you don't have any witnesses. You see what I'm saying? So you want that supporting evidence. But in any event, here is just an example of what a formal complaint will look like. Okay, so at the start of your formal complaint, of course, it's going to be the heading, all right? And next, it's going to be the district name of the court. And next, it's going to be, of course, you, the plaintiff, your name, your case number, which they will give you when you file your formal complaint. And then, of course, the defendant, which will be the credit bureau or collection agency. And next, here comes the actual complaint. So, the complaint usually starts with the parties that are in the complaint. So of course it's going to be your name, your address, and of course the defendant's name and address. Really easy, right? Then it's going to be the jurisdiction and venue. So that information will be input. It's like really simple stuff. So as you can see, this letter says this court has jurisdiction over the matter under 28 USC 1331, as it involves a federal question concerning the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So, and then it goes on to factual allegations. I'm not going to sit here and read all this to you, even though this is considerably a short complaint compared to the ones that I actually do that are actually real. Like, our complaints can get up to like 12 pages. It just depends on what we have to say in the complaint. But just don't let that scare you either. If you need to do it, do it. If you're going to file a complaint and you just don't know like how to word it, you can always refer to this. In fact, I'm going to put a copy of this on the website, and it's going to be for free, of course, to kind of give you a template to go by, just in case you need something to go by. And so the factual allegations are, of course, the defendant inaccurately reported reference number as blah, 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 and the filing date as blah, blah, blah. These are the actual allegations that we will be accusing Equifax of doing on our bankruptcy. So, and of course, not correcting them. So basically, I'm just telling what happened, cause of action. Defendant's action constitute a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act specifically, and then I'm going to give some law, but I'm also going to tell as the cause of action, as I'm going to explain exactly what it has done to the client, how the client has suffered from it. So this could make it really lengthy, but this is your opportunity to make it meaty and detailed. Relief sought. You're always going to want to put in the complaint what you are seeking to get from this complaint, be it a deletion, be it damages and fees, any fees that you may even have to pay a credit repair company or a lawyer, or for stamps. I don't care what it was. All the damages, you want to tell how this has damaged your livelihood if you were able to not rent, if you weren't able to rent an apartment or a home because of this inaccuracy on your credit report or whatever it is. You're going to want to put it, on the complaint. And so it's going to say plaintiff seeks the following relief. So attorney's fees, if you have an attorney, that's great. You're going to want to seek your attorney's fees for sure. But if you have a representative, of course, you're paying your representative something more than likely. So you're going to want to put whatever fee you had to pay your representative, regardless of what that is. So, but just know you don't have to have anyone represent you. You can do this all on your own. Damages are allowed by law under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Prayer for release, you're going to want to put that there. You're going to want to fill that in as well. Pretty much like you have the power to make your complaint lengthy, make it short and sweet, however you want to do it. Just make sure that you have facts and details in there. So once all of this is filed and the credit bureau or collection agency that you are filing a complaint against is served, then you will go through the process of discovery. And the process of discovery is where you show your evidence, which is your supporting documents, and the credit bureaus will show their supporting documents or evidence. So this is where it kind of gets interesting, because this is what's going to determine whether or not they're going to say, hey, you know what, they got us, let's just settle this out of court. And about 99% of the time when we do it, because I'm not going to the fight unless I know I can win the battle. So if I don't have all of the supporting evidence and all that stuff, and I know that I'm on the right side of the law, I'm not even going to even take it there. But that's why I'm telling you that it's so important to have all of your ducks in a row when you're doing this, so that you don't just do it for no reason. So usually that's where it stops. They see the supporting evidence. They know that, hey, okay, if we take this to trial, they're going to win. They have all of this evidence. We did, not do a proper investigation or whatever you're claiming that they did not do or did do, and then you'll get settled out of court. You get your damages and fees. For instance, if you're asking for like $10,000, you might end up settling for like $8,500, but hey, it's free money. You can pay off whoever helped you if someone helped you, or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, don't be afraid to take it there. Like, you never know what's going to happen or what could happen until you actually step out and do it. So I just want to encourage you, if you've been thinking about doing it and you just haven't because of fear, literally, it's okay to be afraid to do it, but it's not okay to be afraid and let the fear stop you from doing it. Okay? So until the next video, I will talk to you guys again next weekend.